I'm Tammy Briscoe. This is my son. Say your name.
Trey Briscoe.
And we're walking in honor of Trey.
I am walking for myself and my dad and my grandfather, who I lost to seizures.
My name's Jeffrey Wilson, and I'm walking for my daughter, Jenna Rose Wilson, who 1,086 days ago died as a result of a seizure. And we have a team called Team Jenna Rose, and this is our third year participating.
I am a wife and a mom, and I'm a writer, so I do a bunch of freelance work. So for me, I don't drive, so it's a little bit challenging getting my 4.5-year-old little girl to and from where she needs to be, whether it's school or play dates or camp. You know, and when I do have seizures, I still have anywhere between 5 and 15 seizures a week. Sometimes more, sometimes less. I can get pretty tired out, pretty sore, and so it's tough when you're home with a little one and all the activities that little ones have to do, side effects of meds, that sort of thing. But I've taught myself, and I've learned a lot from others, that you can't really, let the epilepsy rule your life. So I make it a point to try to remain very strong, and my family, as tiny as it is, my husband and my daughter and my mom, know everything there is to know about seizures, about epilepsy, and we stay strong. We really just try to push through.
One of the challenges is pretty much the unknown. I mean, you don't know when a seizure will come on. We can't always plan for it, and we don't, exactly know why. So some of the challenges is, we could be driving in a car on the way to school, or we could be home getting ready for bed, and you just never know. So just one of the challenges is always being prepared.
The isolation, it tends to be a self-isolating disorder, I found. Part of it's because you can't drive. And then the other part is you start to have fears of where you might be when you have a seizure and what might happen. So you tend to become very alone.
Well, I've had epilepsy since I was 1.5 years, and I've moved from school to school, and no one would even be friends with me. They didn't want anything to do with me, not even family, because again, they were afraid of it. And trying to get a job, I had trouble getting jobs because I couldn't drive. There was no transportation available for me. Yet I was eager to get out and do something. Well, I finally got a job, and with the company, I've been there 15 years, and they helped me when I went through brain surgery back in 2007. They were there for me, worked with me, and I'm now over 4.5 years seizure-free, and also driving, which doctors told me before I'd never do.
Epilepsy changes your life. I think more research needs to be done. We didn't understand it, and still don't understand it. With her seizures, it was a little bit different because she only had 2 seizures in her life, and it was the second one that took her life, and that was after being taken off the medication. And I think there needs to be more criteria to meet that situation. So we just try to do everything we can to push for more research. And plus the way the meds make the kids feel. That was something that we noticed that's not explained to us, from the doctors, is the way that they feel tired, no energy, it's hard to concentrate, but yet it helps them to control the seizures. And I think there's got to be a fine line and some adjustments made so that they can concentrate more and live a more productive life without feeling that tired.
Well, there's a lot of, especially when it comes to the driving laws, there's a lot of limitations that are placed on you just because of a medical condition. And even depression, especially when I was younger, depression was a big part of it that people don't realize can affect you. And even just last December, I had gotten into a car accident, first seizure in 2 years behind the wheel, and I broke both my ankles. So it can affect you in so many different ways and so many different environments as well. And everyone around you that you love, it affects them as well.
I'll probably cry, but as a mom, it's sleepless nights. It's trying to let go and trying not to smother him, but at the same time, still worried, but he's always been pretty awesome about understanding where my fears come from. So it's not always easy, but I still feel fortunate because there's a lot of other people with epilepsy out there that are a lot worse off than my son is.
From some of the things that I've read is that epilepsy is obviously very common, but people are not aware of it. And I've read statistics that would say that every hour, 5 people will die as the result of a seizure. And I'm thinking, wow, just the time it took for us to do the stroll, 5 people somewhere in the world died as a result of a seizure. And you know, we talk about not another moment lost to a seizure, and in my mind I'm thinking, how do we get to not another life lost to a seizure?
The foundation I think, is a sort of a unification tool. It sort of brings everybody together. There are so many resources available to people, and I think sometimes people don't realize it. The foundation is there for that, whether it's advocacy work, whether it's treatment resources if you're looking for a great epileptologist. And then also I think, you know, a lot of friendships can form. The foundation, my family and I are very, very fond of the Epilepsy Foundation of Michigan. I think what they do with Camp Discovery is fantastic. I'm a little old for camp, but we like to visit and see, you know, kind of what they're doing to unite the kids and teach the kids. So
the conference was a big help. It was nice to be a part of it. The stroll, I think the biggest thing for me was to raise money to get educators and advocates out to the schools to help the children. I mean, I'm an adult, I'm okay, I'll be fine. But it's the children that bothers me the most, seeing what they have to go through to get services at school, to have the other children understand what they're going through and help them through. So to spend money to get the educators out there, the advocates out there, that's what I'm all about.
The foundation has meant a lot to us. It's given us educational information. It's been a support system for us. Early on, when Travian was first diagnosed with epilepsy, we didn't know what it was, what it meant, and the foundation provided us with a lot of information to help us. And so we've participated in a lot of events. This is our 3rd year volunteering with the walk, and we wouldn't trade it in for the world. We love it.
Oh boy, the foundation has been absolutely fantastic. I don't think, well, sorry. They've helped me to bring awareness and to maybe help others so nobody else has to suffer. They've been there, always pushing us to do better, helping us with the research and what's available out there. Working with them to raise the funds. It means a lot to see what they do for people and how they'll go out and talk to others and explain epilepsy so people aren't afraid of epilepsy. I don't think there should be a stigma to it. I think there still is a little bit. They do a lot for the community.
Well, with the foundation, they've been there for me. I've had trouble with work and so forth. They were there helping me out, and also just for information. And with the walk, it's important to help others out there. I mean, also, we've got soldiers coming back from overseas. They're developing epilepsy. Because of them being there to help us out, we need to help them. We can't push them aside.
The stroll is important. First, you've got over 1,000 people here today. They're all aware of the reason that we're here and of epilepsy, and it's that strong push from the foundation to get the awareness out, to gather funds so that we can find that cure. You know, I met other couples in other areas of Michigan that, you know, they may have a family member that's inflicted with epilepsy, but they didn't realize events like this took place. And it's just the learning, you know, there's all kinds of information that you can get at these events, and it's just the support. The lady right before me, she's lost a daughter also to epilepsy, and it's that support, and it's really getting that, you know, knowing that we all have something in common.
The stroll, I think, is terrific. We do it every year. It's fun to come out and see old friends, meet new friends.
It's fun. It was really great. I mean, it's a perfect way to see the zoo without the big crowds. It was fabulous. And today's a big day for me because today is the 1-year anniversary of my surgery and the 1-year anniversary of being seizure-free. And you can get there.